Hey guys, welcome to my top 10 old PC games revived, remade, and modded by the community. Now, by revived, I mean that they've been modded or updated while still staying true to the original experience. A great thing about these fan-made revivals is that the teams sometimes grow into their own game development studios, or even end up getting support from the original developers. Either way, these games are a great way to get into an old game you may have missed out on in the past. And don't forget, links are all in the description box down below. So let's get started. First up, we've got CorsixTH, a remake of the old Bullfrog game Theme Hospital, coded from the ground up using original game assets. Notably, it adds widescreen options, new animations, better AI, and overall more versatile options. It's even available for Android, and if any old games need to be put on Android, it's Bullfrog titles. Next up, we've got Savage XR. That's right, Savage, the battle for Newerth is still going, and it was a game that brought S2 games to the scene, but it didn't have the impact it truly deserved. Then the ever-popular MOBA Heroes of Newerth came out and made so much money you can't blame S2 for not looking back. If you haven't heard of it, check it out. It's an amazing mix of RPG, RTS, FPS, and third-person shooter. There's just something special about playing a unit in the game to find yourself being selected by your commander. Luckily, the scene is still going and it's been modded by the community to be even better. Then we have Baldur's Gate Reloaded. This mod recreates the whole campaign of the original Baldur's Gate game along with its Tales of the Sword Coast expansion. Every location, character, quest, and dialogue line of the beloved 1999 classic has been carefully transferred into the 2006 Neverwinter Nights 2 engine. So if you missed out on one of the most notable RPG experiences, it's time to give it a whirl. And then we've got Black Mesa. This game intends to revive the original Half-Life experience on the much sleeker Source engine, and I have to say it's done a fantastic job. The final part of the game is still in development, and it's going to be its own release on Steam thanks to Greenlight, so go try it out and keep an eye on the final part's development. And next we've got GoldenEye Source. This is a total conversion mod using the ever-popular Source engine again. It's a fan-made artistic recreation with the primary goal of bringing the memories and experiences from the original GoldenEye 64 back to life using Source. If you're a GoldenEye fan, you're probably gonna love getting back into the multiplayer action, and if you're not, well, it's definitely worth checking out anyway. And then we've got Brutal Doom. When Doom came out, it became infamous for being one of those ultra-violent games that messed up children. Well, now it's more violent than ever before. Often regarded as one of the best FPS games ever, here it's been polished up while still keeping true to the authentic Doom experience. It's faster, tougher, and ultimately satisfying. Then we have OpenTTD. If you've never managed to get into Transport Tycoon Deluxe, well, now's your chance. The game tries to recreate the original as closely as possible while extending it with new features. Bigger maps, stable multiplayer, better pathfinding, and much, much more is in store if you're looking for a great simulation experience. Next we have King's Quest Enhanced Editions. Expensive to make adventure games went out of style for quite some time, and King's Quest has to be one of the most notable from the old days. Well, they're all being remastered by AGD Interactive, and 3 are already done. If you missed this point-and-click adventure series that predates most others, now's the time to get into it. And then we've got Ur-Quan Masters HD. This is a high-resolution remake of 1992's Game of the Year Star Control 2, the Ur-Quan Masters. It runs at 4 times the resolution and has completely remastered graphics, though you can choose the classic look if you like. This is one of those quirky adventure games of old set in space, and as far as I can tell, you couldn't get a better HD revival. And finally, I'm gonna say Morrowind Overhaul. Yes, I know there are community remakes of practically all the Elder Scrolls titles, and most of them are just for Morrowind. And don't forget Dagger XL for Daggerfall. But Morrowind Overhaul is always going to have something over the others. Morroblivion and Skywind are great projects, but are never going to be as complete as something that runs on the original engine. This is because by the time Skywind reaches that level of maturity, the next Elder Scrolls will be out, and we'll all be anticipating Elsewind or Summerwind. The overhaul that runs on the original engine, however, manages to bring you back to the aesthetic experience of the original game, and it's just amazingly done. And as a bonus, I'm gonna put in an honorable mention here. Final Fantasy VII with the Bootleg Configurator. Now, I know one of the most desired remakes for a game is Final Fantasy VII, but it seems like it's achieved Half-Life 3 status of just having too high expectations to be made real. However, there is a HD mod for the PC version of the game that requires what's called the Bootleg Configurator. It might not look amazing, but put it next to the original and it's a huge improvement. I personally don't think it's good enough to make the top 10, but if you haven't played Final Fantasy VII, then this might be able to get you into it. Now, before I go, I'm also going to give a special mention to the Widescreen Fixer website, wsgf.org, that has a catalog of many old games that can be played in widescreen. It doesn't always fit the interface just right, but it still looks great regardless. Just check out my Pharaoh videos to see what I mean. Alright, that wraps up my top 10 old PC games revived, remade, and modded by the community. Hope you enjoyed the list, and comment down below if you think any other game revivals should be mentioned here. Oh, and maybe what games you wish were revived. Personally, I would love to see a Metal Fatigue reboot, though we'll need a spiritual successor due to licensing issues. Well, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.